I am not sure.
I don't know who's here. I can ask if somebody's back there and see where this document lives. But our HR team's not saying they can't find it. They just have to do a little bit more research because they're not the takers of the photos.
Welcome to the first of many in a series of videos I'm working on exploring the most basic functions of police records departments. At the beginning of Title 39, there is a very clear, very simple statement creating the basis for how the general public should be treated with regard to public records. Public records and other matters in the custody of any officer shall be open to inspection by any person at all times during office hours. Sounds simple, right? Well, I went into Gilbert, Arizona to put this law into use, and I asked for the simplest thing I could think of, a picture of one of their officers. Let's see how that turned out. Hello. I hope this one's super simple today. It's just an inspection of the police-issued photo identification of Detective Marcus Hernandez. There should be like a work profile or a photo for every employee, right?
I am not sure. Can I go ahead and...
Yeah.
Is that for me?
Yep.
Okay. Let me go ahead and have you fill this out just so that we have it, and then let me double check with my supervisor.
Thank you. Watch as I ignore the form she's attempting to have me fill out and listen to her say she doesn't even need it. Well, no, I didn't know what was, because it's an inspection. I'm not really requesting to put it in the system and come back later, you know.
Right. I think all of our requests have to be put in the system, though, even if you want to do that. If you want to hold on for a second, and we'll see what she says, okay?
Okay.
So, we do need to have the form filled out. If you don't want to fill it, I can just put your request in the system without it.
Most places understand that records requests can be put in orally if desired. I do them a favor by typing it out with all the relevant information clearly legible.
I think I have your information from the last that I have from you.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay,
yeah.
right. I made a copy of this. We're going to have to put it in the system, and we'll just have to reach out to you. It's not something that we can provide right now, but we will be in touch with you about it.
What do you mean you can't provide it right now? You have access to it, right?
What is it that you're wanting?
You've spoken to a supervisor twice, and you're telling me you don't have it, and now you're telling me you don't even know what I've requested? Police issued photo identification.
Okay, so it's their ID. They would have it with him.
Right. But you would have on file, right? You would be able to pull it up on a computer, look up his name, and it would show you a picture of his information.
We don't have badges in our department. We just have reports.
You don't like, you have, I mean, you're the record, so you should have like his schedule, you have access to all of the information for the police department.
We don't.
That are public.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if I wanted the salaries of you ladies in here, that's public information. That's something that's readily available. You just pull it up on a computer and you print it out. It should take 10 seconds.
We don't have it. We actually have to reach out to other departments, and that's part of the thing. So we need to, I don't think we've had a request like this before, so they're just checking on it, and I'll just have to reach out to you about it.
So what theoretically, just if I may, because obviously you know the law of public records and other matters and any person at all times during office business hours, could you give me an example of something that I would be able to inspect right now?
In regards to what?
Anything. I mean, everything I've asked for, you said there's no way. I'm saying I see it all the time, and it's regular and everywhere else.
You asked specifically about salaries. We don't keep track of the salaries in our department.
Right, okay, but now I'm asking, can you give me an example of any piece of information that would be readily available for me to inspect right now? Like, I'm trying to get an example of what it is you do have that's readily available to inspect.
Right. So all of the things
to the
on
law.
This paper are things that we fulfill. Generally, depending on the status of reports, those are things that we can help you with quickly. Name searches, local criminal history reports, and what's the chronology reports. All of the other items take longer. But it also depends on the status of the report. It may not be something that we're able to get to people right when they come in. So it just depends on what it is that you're asking for and where it is in the process in our department.
Okay. Do you guys understand that according to the law, you're supposed to be able to do those things. You're supposed to be able to...
And we do. We fulfill the request. It's just
I mean,
that sometimes...
prepare them for inspection immediately.
But you're asking for something, you're asking for someone's work ID. Is that correct?
Right. A photo of that person.
A photo of that person.
Yeah.
Not a photo... So...
Yeah, I get... Okay. It doesn't have to be the actual identification, just a photo of Detective Hernandez.
And you just want to be able to see it.
Right.
We don't have photos like that, but I will let them know that that's what it is that you're wanting. You just want to be able to view a picture of him.
Right. There's got to be a way in your computer that you can pull up a picture of...
Again, that's a human resources, that's not we are reports and incidents of doubt reports, so body worn camera.
Is human resources a different building? Is there somewhere else I should be going to request that? Like where is the place that physically has it? I should be going there to ask to inspect it.
Let me check, hold on for a second, okay?
Thank you. Pulling teeth.
Okay, so if you want to try with human resources, it's across the street at the 50 South of the Civic Center Drive.
50 East Civic Center?
Yeah, and I think the entrance is on the back side.
Okay.
Do you want me to hold off on this?
No, go ahead and put that through. Okay. Is that so? They would, if you just put that through, they'll email me the picture or the file when it's ready. Or
view it, I don't know that they would send you a picture. I'm not sure how we would do it, but I'll put it in the system, and then.
But they would at least email me and say it's ready to be viewed or whatever when it's ready.
Yeah, I mean it'll be my request, so I'll get in touch with you.
Okay, very good.
If for any reason you have it and want to reply to the email that you get, that you have it and you can cancel this, that's fine too.
Okay, very good. And I just, the one thing to be perfectly upfront with you that I'm worried about is it getting put into the system and then a month goes by and I haven't heard anything. You know, it seems like a super simple request, so as long as you're telling me you're going to work on it, and I should hear from you in a couple days at most.
Well, I can't guarantee that. I mean, everything takes time, and we haven't had a request like this, so I'm not really sure. But if you go over there and you're able to get your request answered, just let us know. But I will...
Yeah, if I am able to get it from Human Resources, I got a couple other things I got to do, but if I make it back today and I'm able to get it, I will contact you guys and cancel that, so you know.
I'll put this in the system right now. You can just reply to that email if it's easier for you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Which way is the HR department? HR?
How may I help you, sir?
Hi, I'm looking for HR.
You found them.
Awesome. I was over at the police department. I was trying to fill a records request to inspect the police issued photo ID of a detective.
Okay.
And they told me that you guys are the ones that have it, not them. So.
Did you fill out the records request?
Well, I just wanted to see the photo ID of the detective. They said they had to get it from you guys.
Yeah, so if I'm understanding you correctly, you're asking for a request to see a record of that photo, correct?
I'm asking to inspect it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna need to be a written, in writing request.
I submitted this in writing request over there to inspect it, to physically be able to see it at the moment as the law permits, and they said they didn't have it. So I said, could you please tell me who does have it, because that must be where I need to go to inspect it. Yeah, I was 5 minutes ago. She's probably typing it in right now.
Okay, so I think records requests take a little bit of time to be processed.
Well, I mean, you know Title 39, I'm sure, pretty well.
You know, let me go ahead, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and call somebody down who can help us process through it, okay? And what is your
Fantastic.
name?
Jim.
Jim, thanks, Jim. Okay.
Public records request.
Yeah, well, an inspection request. I had written it down just in case because I didn't know how you guys were gonna.
Oh, so this has not been entered yet?
I did enter it
Okay.
over there at the police department, but
Okay.
as I was saying, it's a request for an inspection.
Okay.
I'm not asking for like a copy sent to me or anything. I just want to look at it physically.
But is it a PD record or a
Police.
Oh, so it is.
Well,
a police record?
it's just a police issued photo identification of Detective Marcus Hernandez.
Okay, and PD did enter it for you over there?
PD
Or they took it for you?
Well, they said that what happened was they said that they didn't have it because I asked to inspect
okay.
it and they said, well, we don't have it. We have to get it from HR.
Oh,
And
okay.
she told me where you guys were. So I figured if you guys have physical possession of it, if you're the guys that have custody of the record, then I should be able to come here to physically inspect it.
Photo ID of Detective Marcus. So we'd still have to request this of staff to pull this information. That's not something that like I have possession of right now. It'd still have to get routed to the appropriate department to pull this information for you. So they indicated it's an HR?
Yeah,
Photo?
they said HR has it,
Okay.
physically has it.
Do you want me to enter this for you and then we can route it for HR? I just don't know that anybody has possession of
Oh,
this
this
right
isn't
now.
HR?
HR is a department within here, but I'm clerk's office, so public records requests get routed to the clerk's office, and then they get routed to different departments, and that department then fulfills that records request. So even if it's something to inspect, that doesn't mean someone just has it readily available. They're assigned to a staff member. That staff member gets what is needed, and then you can inspect it at that time. Whether it's you want a copy of it or just look at it, it's just not always readily available at our
Well,
fingertips.
from what I understand, I mean, it's just a file on a computer. The people in HR just have to type in a few buttons and it'll pull it up and they can print it. So it's only a matter of a few moments.
But that's not something that my department routes that request to HR, and then however quickly they're able to obtain it is their process, and then they'd reach out to you to get you the information you need. But just a request to inspect a record, that's just our process. They all go through the clerk's office. We route it to that department, and then whether it takes a day, minutes, months, whatever
That's
it takes.
that's why I came over here. That literally you're telling me exactly the same thing they just told me, that somebody else has it. And that's why I asked her, who is it that physically has it, so I can go there and they will have it readily available to inspect as per the law allows. And that's why I came here. So if you're telling me another department has it,
Well, it is
please let them know that I'm requesting to physically inspect it right now.
Well, we can request that, but if it's not available right now, that's the process.
How is that possible that a basic employment file isn't available in the HR department?
I don't know what records I can't speak to HR.
Okay,
I'm saying
okay,
it
I
could
apologize.
be something that's right available. It could
Right.
not be. I just know our process is the clerk's office requests that by the resident that goes to the clerk's office. We let HR know that this is being requested. How quickly they can pull it or not, that's on them. That's not something I can answer to.
Would you be able to? There's somebody you can physically talk to in HR right now, right? Can you ask them?
I don't know who's here. I can ask if somebody's back there and see where this document lives.
Right. Yeah. If you can ask them, just let them know, call them or whatever, and say, I have somebody that's looking to physically inspect this right now. Is that possible?
I
And
can
get
see
them to
who's
give a
here.
yes or no, so I'm not waiting here for an hour to see what happens.
Yeah, I can absolutely ask that. Otherwise, we can enter this, and as soon as it's available. So, do you want to hold on to this first? Oh, can I take this?
Yeah, you
actually,
can
so I
take it. Yeah, you can take it.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Usually you're not serving the mayor with anything. Oh, no. This is her mail. Okay. I'm like, I can't take that.
Hello.
So, HR is going to have to look into this a little bit more. They don't have their PD takes the badge pictures. They upload them, so HR is going to have to see if they have it uploaded in our system, because PD takes all of their own badge pictures. Our HR does not. So I'm going to enter this and route it right now to the HR team so they can look into it. And then as soon as it's available, we can either release it or let you know what we found on our end.
Okay, so there's
that
no
work?
way to inspect it right now because you're saying they don't have it?
Well, PD takes a picture, so they're investigating whether we get those pictures on the back end or not, but we don't make the badges for PD. They make their own badges.
So you're saying they fibbed to me?
Well, I don't know what
Because
that
I went there
conversation
first
was.
to ask for the police identification badge and they said they don't have them, you guys have them.
Well, So I don't know what that conversation was. Our HR department makes employee badges, but they don't handle the police badges. So I don't know if there was miscommunication or if they think they live in a database. That's what our team is
So they
looking
only
at.
handle the non-police employees? So
Maybe.
Because I mean, police are technically employees still, too.
They are, but their hiring processes are just done a little bit more in-house over there.
Right.
But our HR team's not saying they can't find it. They just have to do a little bit more research because they're not the takers of the photos.
What more research could you possibly need to do to let me inspect a photo?
Is what they're looking into right now.
Oh man, I mean, 2024 and an HR department doesn't have a photo of one of their employees
They
readily available. Like,
Yeah.
it's this difficult to find it. That's the point I'm making. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they may have the photo, but I mean, usually the requests are routed to them and they do the research on that end. Asking somebody right off the bat to pull something, that's what the issue is finding staff to be able to pull something that they don't know that they have.
Right.
Which is why we have our process. Clerk's office enters it, routes it, it goes in their queue, and then they handle the request that way by the queue.
Well, we should work on that because I mean, and I know you guys are in other cities, but you know, I don't know if you read this part of it here. All records in the custody of any officer shall be open to inspection by any person at all times during office hours. That's not open to interpretation. Inspection means physically seeing it. It doesn't say you're allowed to ask to see it and they'll get back to you. I'm allowed to inspect anything that you guys have possession of. There's no way the HR department doesn't have possession of a photo of one of their employees.
And I completely understand that, and I know there are a lot of records that are very easy for us to pull, like a code book we have. You know, there's records that we do have access right now, but there's a lot of records that just takes a little bit more time to pull or to get a database from or to do legal review. So there's just little nuances with requests, but we do get them as promptly as possible. So I can assure you I will enter this immediately, and you will get an email that it's entered, and then we will route it back to HR so they can spend a little bit more time digging and see what they're able to find.
Okay, all right. Well, I have other things. Do you need to hold on to this?
If you don't mind, if you need it
Yeah,
back,
no,
I'll
that's
just take
okay.
it.
I have copies as well. So.
Yeah, so in just a few minutes, you'll see an email, and it'll show you that I did enter it, and as soon as I enter it, I'm going to send it right back to them because they are aware that that's a request.
Okay, so theoretically it might be available later on today.
Yeah, they're aware that's coming, so as soon
Right.
as they get it, I think they'll do a little bit more digging and they'll be able to.
Okay, well,
find
I
a
would
response.
appreciate that. I hope it does, because most of my requests, you know, because it takes so much time, it takes a couple weeks before they even look at it. So I'm hoping something this simple doesn't take a couple weeks
Yeah.
to respond.
Yeah,
you know.
we try to promptly furnish records as quickly as possible. This one seems like pretty
basic, yeah, as
pretty
most basic
so-
as it gets. So.
Yeah, but we'll be in touch. But I appreciate your
Okay,
understanding.
all right, thank you.
Jim.
The only reason I left is because I had to go record a court proceeding. I will be back, and I will be making new simple inspection requests at all the departments within 50 miles.